What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I am going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played Partizan Belgrade in the Europa League in match day 4. So let's just get straight into today's video. So we made 4 changes from our last game against Partizan Belgrade away from home, controversially. Talking about the starting 11, so we started with Romero, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Rojo, Young, McTominay, Fred, Greenwood, Martial, Rashford, Martial. Overall reaction, safely through to the round of 32. Still haven't conceded a goal yet in the Europa League. Too easy, can't complain. I'll take that any day of the week. Win done, 3 points done, and clean sheet done. Can't ask for more, really. Now, let's just get straight into today's video, guys. What did I make of the performance? I'm first going to start off by saying there's a few people here and there controversially just criticising why Ollie wasn't making changes for this game, because he's playing quite a few of the first teamers, the likes of Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Young. The reason why he went with a full strength team with the likes of Rashford, Greenwood, Martial, all them lot playing, the reason why he didn't want to change it round was because mathematically, if we would have won this game, we would have gone through to the next round. We would have secured qualification of going into the round of 32. To be fair, we needed a strong team because we needed to try and beat Partizan Belgrade, because we knew that Partizan Belgrade were going to be tough. At the end of the day, as you guys may have heard, Manchester United won 3-0 and we are safely through to the round of 32. We've got a place in the round of 32 with 2 games to spare. A few people were criticising the fact that, he didn't make a lot of changes because he wanted to put out a full strength team to make sure that we could secure of going into the round of 32, and we've got a spot for that now as well. You can't complain about that. So overall, I think it was a fantastic performance from the boys. Fantastic result, just what we needed. 3 points, clean sheet, can't beat it really, can't complain about that really. I mean, overall, it was a performance that we needed to put together. We needed to react, obviously. After getting beat by Bournemouth in the Premier League, we reacted really well, and this was a game for us, obviously, to come back to winning ways and to grow that confidence of going into Brighton Hove Albion on the weekend. We did fantastically well. I think we defended well, and not only just defended well, I think the midfield was really good as well. And then the final third, it's just what you needed. The likes of Greenwood, Martial and Rashford, all 3 of the strikers scored goals. Can't beat it really, and overall it was needed. We're through now to the next round, into the round of 32. We've booked ourselves into it already with 2 games to spare, like I've already just said. Then overall, fantastic result, a fantastic performance. We created a load of chances on goal. We're on the front foot, we were aggressive. You could see it in the high press. We played with high intensity, high tempo. We had a lot of players making some fantastic runs in behind, down the channels. We're playing with urgency and fluidity in the team. The transition was quick from the defence to attack. We're playing some fantastic stuff at the minute. You can't really complain. It's good to see Greenwood back on the score sheet, Rashford and Martial as well. It's just what you needed from these players. Big result has put us through now into the next round, in the round of 32. The only opportunity for us to win as a team, trophy that we can get this season, is probably this, the Europa League. And I think it's crucial for us to win this because we desperately need Champions League again, because obviously some of our best players will leave if we do not qualify into the Champions League. So we've got to be careful what we do, and I think this is the best opportunity now to obviously win something, obviously get back into the Champions League for next season really. The players were fantastic. Fred, McTominay were fantastic. Mata as well. It was a big night for Mata as well to shine as well and see what he could prove to the manager as well, so he played fantastic as well. Overall, fantastic performance, just what you needed. We got the 3 points, it's another win, and it was another clean sheet for Romero as well. You can't beat it really. First half, we came out quick, we created chances, we're on the front foot. We played with a high intensity, high tempo. We played with urgency and fluidity. The transition was quick from the defence to attack. We were fantastic in the first half. We scored 2 goals. We were 2-0 up inside the first half. We knew that we would be able to break these down easy as well. I think, we had a few opportunities in this game that we should have put away, because Rashford had a few good chances on goal that he should have put away. Their keeper saved Partizan Belgrade. So I felt like, we should have done these a little bit more. We didn't want to tire ourselves out because we had a game on the weekend as well. No, it was a good shift in the first half. We should have put away a few more chances away in the first half, and that was credit down to their keeper really. And then in the second half we came out, exact same thing, created a load of chances again, and then we knew that we had another goal in us, and we just wrapped it up. And that was it then, and then once we wrapped up that third goal we knew that it was finished, because once you get the third goal it's nice and comfortable. You can pull off the players that you are going to play and that you're going to start over on the weekend, and the likes of Rashford came off, Greenwood came off, obviously Martial should have come off, but McTominay had to go off injured in the end. We managed to see out the game, we grinded out a good result, we defended properly as well. You can't ask for more really. Ramiro had another good day at the office, kept another clean sheet to his name, and the reason why we couldn't play the likes of, Fosu, Mensah or Dello, they're both injured, and that's why Wan-Bissaka had to step up. But I think it's clear now that, no one doesn't want to see Ashley Young play, because we all know that if he plays on a Thursday night, he cannot play on a Sunday. The thing is about with Ashley Young, he's alright. He's not the best leader out on the pitch. We know that Young, he's passing his sell-by date now. Everyone's more impressed with Williams at the minute. I'd start Williams over Young, because Young for me is just not good enough. He's getting too old now, and I think for Ashley Young, he should just go back to where it all started for him, at Watford, because I don't see him having a future at United, because I think he's 33, 34 years old himself. He's 34 years old. He doesn't have much in him left now, at least another 2 years, and that'll be it for him. 2-3 years and that'll be it for him. Overall, fantastic performance, just what we needed. Couldn't ask for more. Getting into the next question now. Through to the round of 32 with 2 games to play. How pleased am I? I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with these players, because it's 2 games to spare now. This is the opportunity now with 2 games to go to bring up the youth, to bring up the likes of Chong, Greenwood again, when he's back fit, Gomez. Give some of the youth a chance, because it's an opportunity for them to play in the next 2 games in the Europa League. With 2 games to spare, I think it's time now for the big players, the likes of Rashford, Martial, to have a break, put them on the bench, throw on the youth players now, give them a chance to shine. I'm pleased with these players. I can't be happier with them. We're through now to the round of 32. No one can't really go first now, because it's all mathematically done and dusted now. With 2 games to spare now, it's time for the youth to come up now and shine, to prove Ollie a place really. I think for me now, with 2 games to spare, it's a chance for the youth to come up and to rest some of our other players now, and give the youth a chance now, something to prove to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now, and see what they can provide. Let's see what we can do now. With these 2 games to spare, you don't want to sit back and just chill out because we're through already. I think you've got to end it on a high. Keep up that good mentality as well. Keep up that good momentum. And you don't want to let it drop. You don't want to concede as well. I think it's all about finish the group on a high. Don't drop back. Don't be too relaxed, because we're through to the round of 32 already. Finish it on a high now, and let's push on. Let's win these next 2 games, even though there's 2 games to spare. Like I said, it's a chance for the youth to come up now. We haven't conceded a goal yet in the Europa League. Where has the consistency come from? I think it's just come from trusting and believing in these players. We know that these players are good enough. With the young talent coming up, I think we all can trust in them. I think it's all about tactically as well. We have to come in a game plan as well, but it's all about trusting and believing in these players that we've got right now. It's also the consistency has just come from, scoring goals, getting results, putting some good performances in. We've shown that. You can see that in the results, because obviously we beat Astana, we drew to Alkmaar, we obviously went to Belgrade, we won that 1-0, and we went back home, played Belgrade, beat them 3-0. So it's all about trusting and believing in these players, and I think it's just been all about scoring goals, defending well. We've shown that in these performances, and it's all about performing well. You've got to perform well, and if you don't perform well, you're not going to get results like these, like this. Those results have shown that we've been consistent, we've been scoring goals. There's 1 game that we haven't scored in, and that was against Alkmaar away from home. We knew that was tough, But I think when we go and play them at home, I think with the home advantage, we should do that easy, to be fair. The consistency has come from trusting and believing these players, because we know that they're good enough. It's giving some of the youth a chance as well. You know, already Chonga's come in and had a game to prove himself. Greenwood as well, not only just played in that last one, but he's played in a few others as well. He's played in the Premier League as well. It's just been all about trusting and believing these players. It's good to bring the youth up. With the youth coming up, they show a lot of talent. It's just been trusting and believing these players, and we know that they're good enough, and it's still a work in progress. We're improving game by game. You just got to turn these things around from being negatives into positives. We just got to build as a squad. We know we're getting better game by game. We're improving game by game. And we're improving on and off the pitch. You know, the work rate's been fantastic on and off the pitch. The amount of character we've shown in every game, the fight, the passion, the pride, it's all there, all in one game, and we've shown that in recent results. And we know we're good enough. And like I said previously, I think this is the only best opportunity for us to get a trophy, because we know it's going to be so important for us to qualify for Champions League for next year. This is the cup, what we need to win. The Europa League. I think these players are good enough to go out there and to get another trophy, you know. And if we've not got a trophy since Mourinho's buggered off as well, it'd be good if we can win this Europa League as well, because this is the only best chance really. Who is my man of the match? Oh, there was some fantastic individual brilliance from the likes of Greenwood, Martial, McTominay and Rashford. Of course, we all know Greenwood, Martial and Rashford scored goals. I can't remember who the fans gave it to on the MUFC app, but I'm going to have to give it to... I like to give it on the up-and-coming youth, so I'm going to give it to Greenwood. I think it was fantastic. He defended well in a goal. He scored a goal. It's what you need in a player. Greenwood, he shows potential, plays with heart, passion, pride. He knows the club. Let's hope we can get the best out of him in the next couple of years. Up-and-coming, showing a lot of talent. He's a fantastic player. Can't blame him, you know. Greenwood is my man of the match. Getting into the goals now. First goal, Fred passed it to McTominay. McTominay passed it to Rashford. Rashford sees Greenwood on the right-hand side. Greenwood controls it and puts it away for 1-0. Second goal, the Belgrade player went to clear it. Greenwood defended it well, and the ball suddenly fell to Martial. Great skill by Martial, and puts it away for 2-0. Martial, fantastic skill, went past about 3 players, and he scored the second goal in a brilliant style. Third goal, Wan-Bissaka passed it to Mata. Great cross by Mata to Young. Young controls it and passed it to Rashford, and Rashford puts it up at Benjamin's for 3-0. Lovely jubbly. Getting into the stats now. Possession-wise for Manchester United, it was 63.7%, and for Belgrade, it was 36.3%. You could tell who dominated and controlled that game, and that was us, obviously. Goals-wise, for Manchester United, we scored 3, and for Belgrade, they scored absolutely none. Total shots for Manchester United, we had 14 shots, and for Belgrade, they only had 2 shots. Shots on target for United, 7. That's good. Could be a little bit more there. For Belgrade, it was nil point once again. Shot accuracy for Manchester United, bang on 50%, and for Belgrade, 0.0%. Shots inside the box for Manchester United is 10, and for Belgrade it was 0 point. Shots outside the box for Manchester United, it was 4, and for Belgrade it was 2. Those shots that Belgrade had was 2, and both of those shots came outside the box. Can you believe it? Total passes for Manchester United, 666 passes. That is a lot of passes for Manchester United. For Belgrade it was 378, and pass accuracy for Manchester United it was 85.9%. For Belgrade it was 72.5%. Talking about the substitutions now, Fred went off for Ghana. Talk about Fred's performance. His partnership with McTominay was back on form against unblinding opponents. Lacked bravery at times and made the odd daft pass. Rashford went off for Pereira. Talk about Rashford's performance. His movement and collaborations with teammates were telepathic, but Rashford was in his pro-Faligate mode in the first half. Scored superbly early in the second half. McTominay went off for Lingard. Talk about McTominay's performance. Almost looked for the forward pass, and that occasionally led to him ceding possession, but it often set the tempo for United's attacks. Next up, we have got FC Astana. Astana, from my knowledge, when I watched that last game, well, I actually didn't watch the last game. I remember from that game, Astana weren't that great, to be fair. I can't really tell you where they are in their league. I don't know if they're in a league, actually. In fact, I think they are, but it doesn't really show you on One Football. From my knowledge, Astana, they just defended for their lives, really, against us at Old Trafford. I think when we go to them, I think they're going to be a little bit different because they're going to be at home. They've got the home advantage. I think their home fans will get behind them. This is an away day in Kazakhstan, and I don't see this away day going well in Kazakhstan because I think, for me, there might be a few hooligans in that stadium, so I think it'll be a bit of a disruptive night, I think, in Kazakhstan, because I've never watched a match being held in Kazakhstan before on TV. It's going to be one of those games, I think. With Astana, I think they won't be defending for their lives. I think they'll at least try and make something out of it, try and get on the attack, try and make something happen against us, because they know how we play, obviously. We know how they play as well, but to be fair, when I watched that Astana game, they weren't that great. They defended for most of the game. They didn't have many shots on target last time. I think for us, we've just got to go down there and try at least seal off a 1 or 2-0 lead, really, and just see out the game. And like I said previously, let's just finish it off on a high, really. To be fair, I don't see us losing this game. Astana are piss poor. They've not picked up a point in our group. I'm sure they're already knocked out because mathematically they can't win the group now. I think this is important for us to go away from home, pick up the 3 points, get another win. Let's try and come away with another clean sheet. We've got to be physically, mentally prepared. We've got to come with a game plan, and the tactics need to be spot on. Astana, they'll probably have a little bit of a go at us because they know they're at home. I think this is going to be, I don't think it'll be a tough away day, but it's going to be probably an experience for some of our players that are probably not going to like, because it's Kazakhstan and I think it's going to kick off in this game, so I think it's going to be a very disruptive night, and I think it's all about mentally staying focused and being concentrated as well, and just get Astana out of the way with, let's see, I think we've just got to make sure we've got to come out quick, get on the front foot, create chances, and I think just see off a 1 or 2-0 lead, see out the game, grind out a good result, and let's go back to Old Trafford, finish this group on a high now. I don't see us losing this unless we were that poor against them, but they've not been great in our group, and I think it's all about mentally staying on the job, keep concentrated, stay focused, and hopefully we can come away with a win, really. Ollie needs to pick the right team, put the players in the right positions, he needs to balance the team out right, the structure in the team needs to be right, we need depth in the team, and he needs to select the right formation for the game. And from then on, I believe that Manchester United will win this game. We played FC Astana at home in the first game and it ended 1-0. I'm sure we can probably do a bit better away from home. Like I said, I think we're just going to be physically, mentally on it. We've got to be prepared well for this game. Like I said, I think this is going to be a different experience for these players, because I don't think, like I said here, that this will be the first competitive meeting between FC Astana and Man United in Kazakhstan. It's going to be some experience anyway, but I think you can tell that it's going to be one of these games, to be fair, and you can see it, it's written in the stars. This is a game that we've got to stay focused and stay concentrated, and mentally don't kick off or anything like that, because anything could happen in this game, because we're going away to Kazakhstan as well. It's going to be probably a rough away day, probably an experience to never forget. You never know, it could go either way, but let's see. United should come out with a win. Let's hope for it, and let's finish this group on a high now. Hope you guys are enjoying another video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you guys in a video in the next couple of days, and peace.